Now let's jump into empty nesting. So you still have Adrian at home with you. Um, so tell us about, but he's in his senior year. Tell us about where your son Adrian is going to college and how do you think dropping him off at school will be?
Well, if we had like the VHS rewind, like, so he got accepted to Alabama A&M. He wants to pursue electrical engineering. I did not go to
Yeah.
HBCU. I went to PWI, so I'm happy he wants to go to HBCU.
Yeah.
Um, but we got that financial aid letter, and remember, I was unemployed, so that
Yes.
financial aid letter said Big Ange can pay for school with a Parent Plus loan. Now, how am I gonna pay with a Parent Plus loan and I owe loans myself? So I was just like, hey, Adrian, outside of the money I have for you for school
Yeah.
and like the unsubsidized, subsidized, like you're gonna have to take out loans. And he was like, what I want to be in debt for? So
Yeah.
I was like, what you mean? He was like, I don't have to go to A&M. I can work on a boat.
Hmm.
I was like, well, Bishop State has like a HVAC training program that feeds into like Alabama Power, so the Southern Company. I work for an energy company, so like we could figure it out. I could pay you
Yeah.
back in cash, and you don't have to be in debt. Like I already
Yeah.
got like a whole
Man,
vision. And
this
he's
debt,
like,
this
I
debt is
don't.
this debt is hard.
Yeah, he was like, I don't want student loans like you. And then at that point, I was like, am I projecting on him? So like yesterday, I was like, hey, the student loans I have came because I wanted to go to school and I had a child. So
Yeah.
I had you. I was only making $210 every 2 weeks. So I had to pay for daycare. Daycare was
Mhm.
$110 a week.
Mhm.
Well, maybe 105 at the time. It's probably
Oh,
way much more now because that was like 2006. So
yeah.
I had to figure that out, and that's how I figured it out. Like my
Mhm.
aunt would pay 1 week, my sister would pay 1 week, and then I was just like, I figured out the student loan system, and I was just like, I'll just take out the loans to provide for him. So
Right.
that's why. But that won't be the same for you. But then we started doing the math, and I'm like, you want to be an engineer, and that's not necessarily a 4 year degree. That's like 5 years, and A&M is approximately 20 something thousand a year. So you're gonna finance almost $100,000 for a bachelor's degree that you're not gonna come out making that amount, and the
No.
interest rate is probably gonna be astronomical. So the community college, $4,500, he'll be done in 11 weeks, and he can work for
Right.
himself if he wants to. So those
Nice.
trades, that's where it's at, and I'm all for it. So he's all for it too. So he may not go
Yeah.
away immediately, but
Mhm.
I mean, there's just a transition, and me talking about therapists, she was like, well, you can teach him, like, hey, yes, here's the stipulation for you being here. You can pay your cell phone bill. Your cell phone bill is this amount. You give it to me, like teaching him those responsibilities, not you just living here and
Right.
like lose your job. He worked at Dave and Buster's, and he's actually kept that job because he got fired from two other jobs.
Come on.
One, he said he wanted to clean the trash can. So, um,
I
yeah,
get
so
it.
yeah, empty nesting is like navigating his young adulthood,
Adulthood.
what that looks like for him and me, even if he stays at home. Like me, I can
Yeah.
go anywhere. I got friends in Houston. I'm
Yeah.
remote. Like I can plop anywhere
Yeah.
and just work, and I'll be
I love
fine.
that.
Yeah. So I'm excited.
Mhm.
That's why I was like, I'm more open to dating because Adrian is,
Mhm.
he ain't. Well, he still looks for me if I'm not at home. Like where you at? Like mind your business. I see your location. I'm not asking you questions, but I'm
Right.
excited for him. Like whatever that looks like for him, I pray. I know he will do great things, especially with not having a student loan debt like I have. Oh, he gonna do big things.
Okay. The student loan debt is looming. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think, what was I gonna say? That a trade. Trades are here.
Mm-hmm.
Trades, I think, I mean, I'm trying to get back into my trade. Styling, providing a service that
Yes.
is, you know, that I can provide. Like that makes sense. Marketing, that's the pipeline from, me going to school, but if you really think about it, I'm not making money in marketing. I can make way more with me doing a trade. And I think this generation with our children, we're starting to think like, is college really going to pay off? You know, college didn't pay off for us. Now, and we talked about this earlier, like a college is an experience.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but quietly, you probably can learn more about adulthood, having a trade, starting a business,
Mm-hmm.
than being.
You can have other experiences that are attached to money on the front
Say
end,
that.
not the back end.
Say that.
Like
Because
more
we're,
experiences, like how
yeah.
to deal with people. Like you messing with my coin. Cause college, it was like I was talking to one guy and just telling my friends all about this guy, and then this
Mhm.
girl that I thought was my friend started talking to this guy too, or telling him
Yeah.
everything I told her. So I would prefer the money experiences as opposed to the people experiences.
I would prefer the money experience as well.
Oh, run me my money,
And
like damn.
you'll get your people experience, but especially in these times, the money experience is more important.
Yeah, cause you can.
Money is more important. You'll
Yeah,
have
I
your
would rather
people
be.
experience.
Yeah, I would rather be sad wiping my tears with some hundos as opposed to being like, ooh, sad and broke.
Right. And look, college, you're broke. Like
Very much so.
you're basically trying to survive and you're living. I'm not down in college because I went and it was a time, okay?
It was a
But
rough.
you're basically living in a bubble as well. So
And then
when you
you get
hit that,
exposed to this other stuff, and you like, what?
I'm not ready for this. And it is a learning curve as well.
Yeah,
But I think either way is fine. But I think that the world, the US is trending towards make your money. Like make your money.
I'm gonna make it.
Establish yourself.
Yeah, and that's what
Okay.
I'm teaching Adrian.
Gotcha. Let's see. How are you preparing for Adrian's departure in May? Is he gonna leave in May or
And now we don't know. We kind of like
that's
up in the
true.
air. I was like, we
I'm
need a
sorry, yeah.
decision. We need a decision because I already spent 150 for A&M, and then I got to pay more money for housing. So we
Okay.
need to figure this out. So I don't know what his departure is gonna look like anymore. Now, at first, I was
What is your timeline on figuring out if he's gonna go off or if he's going to
mm.
stay?
Well, we go to the community college on Monday. I scheduled a visit. He looked up the
Okay.
information to get his TWIC card to see what it looks like to work on a boat. I was like, you too sociable to work on a boat, sir. I don't know if that's gonna work for you, but
I
we'll figure it out.
have a
Now,
question about working on a boat. That's actually a great experience. Would this look like I be watching what's the show on Bravo?
it ain't that type of boat.
It's like
Mm-mm.
they go on there, they travel like abroad, they can travel abroad and work, you know.
It ain't that type. It's a big dirty boat. I'm not gonna say that, but it's not that type of boat.
Yeah.
They're
But
working
that's
near like oil rigs and stuff like that. So they're
got
like
it.
in the
Okay.
middle of nowhere.
Hmm.
But he knows a few guys that have done that. One of his friends is
Still
graduating
work.
with him.
Yeah.
He's like, Eric has his tweet card. I was like, well, ask him what's that's like. And he was like, well, I know other guys, like how much money they have. Like, I'm trying to make money. I was like,
Money.
all right, cool. We can do that too. Like,
Yeah.
if you decide to go to the community college, the fast track program is 11 weeks. You go work on a boat and you like, I don't like the boat. You got the
Yeah.
fast track to fall back on. And even if you like, all right, I want to go off and still see what that's like.
Yeah. Then you could do it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
flexible. I'm open to it all.
I like the flexibility and y'all will figure it out. But
Yeah.
I honestly like the flexibility. It's not just like, okay, we're gonna do that. Because we gotta figure it out. Like now is the time to figure out what the best move is to set our not only ourselves but our children up to have money. No.
Yes.
Okay, and as far as empty nesting, has anyone who is already an empty nester shared any advice with you yet? Like on what to expect when he's gonna go somewhere, or he's gonna transition. He's not gonna be in college. I mean, in high school, he is going coming into adulthood. So has anybody shared any advice with you yet?
My therapist, because her son, I think she has two sons or one, I can't remember,
Yeah.
but they're gone. So she's like, that's when she was like, you need to ask him like which bill you want to pay, your car insurance or you want to pay. She was like, I'm not saying he paid your home bills, because I was like,
Right.
in a black family, they'd be like, oh, you got a job. Can you pay the water bill? Can you pay this? And I can't.
Can you pay all of this?
Like, how can you said you was gonna help
Yeah.
me? How can you help me if you
Look,
looking for me to give you all the money?
baby steps.
Right. So teaching him responsibilities in that way, even if he is here, I do believe he is kind of scared because he was like, "Well,
Mhm.
Mama, you said you were gonna leave, like move when I finally went off to school. What if I don't leave?" I said, "Well, wherever I go, you're gonna always have a room as long as you're doing something positive, which means not asking me for money in the most, like, don't ask me for money."
Yeah.
So yeah, just offering him that reassurance because I know he's scared too.
He sounds so sweet and just like, oh, he does. He sounds
To
like,
everybody else, to everybody.
yeah. He keeps himself up and he's like, I'm sure he is coming into like manhood, but he's still like, I wouldn't say like a little baby, but kind of like leaving the nest, like a little
Yeah.
unsure, but ready as well. Okay, let's jump into we'll jump into self. Self is the next segment,
Okay.
and this is I'm going to say this every time, the most important part of momsplaining is I know we're all mothers, I know we're all fathers, I know we're all, bonus parents, I know we're all grandparents, whoever we are, whatever we are, whatever our title is, we're all parenting. But I think the most important thing is to think about yourself, take care of yourself, because that's a lot of work,
Yeah.
in order to take care of our children. Um, but since you're stepping into, like I said, regardless of what Adrian decides, you're still stepping into a new phase of life. But what does this time look like for you now? Like being selfish, focusing on Angela, what do you want this new phase of life to look like?
Well, they stopped, like the last day for seniors was April 18th. So this week was the first week. I didn't set an alarm to wake up.
So he's done.
Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't set an alarm to wake him up. So this is the first time I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like it's been 18 years that I've been alarmed to wake me and
Oh.
him up. And
Yeah.
now it's like I don't have to wake him up. Like it's a little different. It's a little scary. But
Yeah.
someone told me you spend more time with your children in their adult life as you do them being kids or preteen teenagers. So 18 years, that's the window. Then after that, you get 18, well 19 to however long you
The
live.
rest.
Yeah, which is
Hmm.
a lot longer that you experience in them in that
Yeah.
capacity. So, I mean, for me, it's just like continuing to spend more time with my friends because I love my friends, traveling, um, dating.
Don't be
um,
saying it like that. embrace embrace it.
well, I said I'm big on saying positive things, so yeah, the dating will be great. I will meet
Yes.
my husband. Like
Yes. Say
we
it.
will,
Speak it into the
we,
universe.
we will, manifest generational
Mhm.
wealth, have our own businesses, like
Yeah,
all that
say
type of stuff.
it.
Support each other.
Yeah.
It'll be
You're
great. We're gonna be
beautiful
friends. We're gonna
and
be
be
friends.
friends.
Yes, we
Yes.
need to be
You're
friends.
beautiful. You got it going on. So always remember that.
Yeah.
And you will
We're
meet
gonna have a good
him.
time. And he'll love Adrian and I love
Yeah.
when he has kids. I love his
Love it.
kids. So it'll be great.
It
I'm
is going
excited.
to be great.
It's gonna be great. But yeah, that's what it looks like so far. Just pushing myself
Okay.
in that other realm because I have shut myself off previously from the dating realm. So
Yeah.
just exploring everything and just like maybe this look like the job market. Like,
Yeah.
mm,
Exactly.
mm.
Let's see. You kind of said a little bit, but what are your overall goals for yourself? I would even say like in 5 years. I know it's like so cliche to be like, where do you think you're gonna be in 5 years? But
Mm. Not
what are
working for the
your
man.
okay? Say it.
Not working for the man, working for myself because God has a plan.
God has a plan. Hmm.
Yeah, like honestly, not working for even if I'm still working for somebody else, I have like my business is booming,
Started.
it's
Get building.
flourishing. Like so they act crazy. I be like, you know what? I don't need this job.
Okay.
I got my own job. Or my man got two jobs.
Yes.
I don't need this job.
Speak it. I love it. Okay. Well, let's see. Anything else you want to? Okay. So let's look back. I don't have this question down. So, ooh, what would you want to tell, or what do you think your 19-year-old self would think? I think you said you're 37.
Mhm.
What would your 19-year-old self think about your 37-year-old self?
Dang, big ass.
You did it.
Cause I just that's why I wake up crying like all the time. Like God,
Uh,
like you got like you
you
did
did
this, and
it.
most people have been like, "Congratulations, Angela." I'm like, why are y'all saying congratulations? Like
Because
because
you did this.
like your son is graduating high school. Like it's a celebration, and my folks are like,
Yeah.
"What we gonna do for Adrian graduation?" I'm like, "Y'all get on my nerves. I don't want to do anything. Do y'all know I just got this job. I ain't had that much income. Like, why are y'all doing this? But it's gonna be a celebration. He wants to
Yes.
cruise and all these other things,
Mm.
and I've been able to provide because of God this entire
Yes.
time. When I found out I was pregnant, my prayer was, Lord, please be able to provide, help me provide for him, whether or not the other parent helps or not. And
Hmm.
he has. The only thing that I didn't realize I would be dealing with was behavioral issues because he was diagnosed with ADHD, and that's
Okay.
a whole nother thing of being judged by your family. Like he don't need no medicine, ain't nothing wrong with him. So overcoming like all of that,
Yeah.
yeah. So and my sister asked me for advice, and I'd be like, really? Because she's older than me.
I'm be asking you for it. But I don't. It that see the age is like besides the point. It's
Right.
experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
like you big ants. Big ants. You
Did
did
it.
your big one.
You did your big
Like
one.
yeah, and I ain't
Well.
had no more cheering. Like I gotta
Yeah.
start cheering. I ain't had
Sure.
no more cheering. It's just been
Yeah.
me and Adrian. So I don't, like
I love that.
multiples, all of that. Like we were saying earlier. I don't see
Earlier.
how y'all afford it because
No, it is so expensive,
mhm,
especially in 2025.
yeah,
But
and mhm.
I want to say congratulations, Angela. Everybody, everybody, give a round of
cheers.
applause. Round of applause, Angela. She did it. You did it. Okay, and we're gonna close this out with. So you have a question. I have a question. So I would like to do. We'll ask our questions, and I would love to um, have the conversation in the comment section. Questions for the comment section, and any other thoughts, comments you guys have. Please drop them in the comment section. I have all of Angela's contact information down there as well, so definitely reach out to her, show her some love.
Yeah.
Um, also, like and subscribe if you
Click, click,
love a
whatever they be doing, like
like and subscribe so that we can continue doing this and providing this great conversation. But now I'll pass it over to Angela. You ask her a question, and then I'll
okay.
ask mine.
So, for people who are navigating what I'm navigating, whether it's currently in the future, you'll be transitioning. As you're navigating this new chapter, empty nesting, career shifts, and all, what's something you're finally giving yourself permission to do and feel?
Perfect. And my question is, um, I feel like I'm in an era of reclaiming my time. Like, I had two kids back to back, going through postpartum, figuring it out. having that cloud go away, and like I feel like I'm like a little blossoming flower, like, oh, this is me. I'm back. So are you in the space of reclaiming your time? And that's my question. And me and Angela can't wait to have those conversations in the comments section. And that's it for this part of Momsplaining, this episode of Momsplaining. Thank you guys for tuning in, and cheers.
Cheers.